Hello guys, welcome again. So new live stream. So let's talk about Bitcoin again. So as you can see here, well, a few days ago, well, last week actually, Bitcoin was here, was here, and actually I said, well, the technical analysis, Bitcoin will be like this, right? It's a bounce to keep falling, right? As you can see here, Bitcoin actually, well, now the technical analysis is working. As you can see here, I opened a short position around $87,000, around there. And actually, I closed my position today. One second, let me check. One second. So, um, um, okay. Never mind. So as you can see here, Bitcoin is testing support again. Here is testing support. So where the support is between $81,700 and 80K around here. This is the real support. And again, Bitcoin is actually holding right now here. So I closed my short right now. I was looking for actually closing my position even below, maybe around 75, 75, 74K. But there are some hints like actually Bitcoin is getting ready for a bounce. And let me show you the reasons. Well, first of all, here, as you can see, with the sell signal is still present here. As long as Bitcoin is holding 80K, everything should be fine. And maybe potentially we could see another bounce, maybe this week. Volatility is expanding here. So, well, not expanding actually. I was expecting actually an expansion here when we saw the signal here, but it's not, it's still in contraction phase actually. So let's see, maybe we have to wait a little bit more time. So let's see, but right now here in 4-hour chart, let me show you here. There is a buy signal here in 4-hour chart. So I cannot short here. Actually, I opened a long position right now here. $81,600 around here, looking for a potential bounce around maybe 84K around there, 85. If I show you 12-hour chart here is actually Bitcoin, yeah, I mean the signal is the sell signal is still present here, but eventually if Bitcoin actually holds this area again, right around this area, I am looking for a potential bounce, of course, in this week. Let me show you here 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart is about to print a buy signal here very soon. So no shorts, right? You are thinking to short right now here. Be careful here because I think Bitcoin, at least in the short term, I'm looking for a bounce. Now let me show you something else. We have a 2-day chart. 2-day chart buy signal here is almost over. So if we don't see this bounce this week, I mean, I think Bitcoin is the last chance to see a bounce this week for Bitcoin. If we don't see the bounce, maybe around 86 this week, you will see a sell signal in two-day chart, as you can see here. And well, historically speaking, every time when you see these kind of signals in this time frame is when you can expect actually a major drop. So that's why in the short term, let me be clear, in the short term, 1-hour chart, 4-hour chart, I am in long position, right? But that bounce, it should be a sell signal, is still a sell opportunity, right? So Bitcoin in the short term is I think is looking for a bounce. I'm looking for a bounce, but in higher time frames, as you can see here, Bitcoin is not looking great, right? Let me show you 5-day chart here. 5-day chart, Bitcoin is holding the MA55 here. Technically speaking, every time when Bitcoin was testing this MA here in weekly, in 5-day chart or weekly chart, for the last 2 years, it was a buy opportunity. You see here and here and here and here, right? And right now we are here. Technically speaking, it should be like this, yes. But the problem here is like we have sell signals in the monthly. That's my problem. The biggest issue right now Bitcoin has is actually the sell signal in monthly. So as you can see here in weekly chart is actually looking good. Bitcoin, I mean, in the higher time frames, is still holding the MA55. Actually, even is not testing the MA55. It was very close to test the MA55 around 76. I would like to see Bitcoin testing again the MA55. I mean, properly, right? Like something like this one, like here. I think eventually it's gonna do that, but I think we will have to wait a little bit more. One thing, as long as Bitcoin is above the MA55, right? And of course, if somehow Bitcoin can manage to be above 80K, eventually we will see ourselves a buy signal here. Yeah. And of course, after if we see something like this, maybe by now, by the end of April, the direction of this move is gonna be to the upside, okay? Like this, maybe in a couple of weeks. So we have to wait a little bit more. But this move, if we see a bounce, actually there is a very high probability to see a bounce, maybe in the following weeks. This bounce is gonna be a major, massive bull trap. Okay, this bounce is gonna be a bull trap. So that's why I will be very careful here. If you are in FOMO right now, or oh yeah, Bitcoin is going to the moon, blah blah blah, and the social media is gonna start lying to you, like saying Bitcoin, the bottom is already in, Bitcoin will go to 200K and so on. No, actually no. And all the altcoins as well. I am not financial advisor, right? But I am not trading. I am not planning to trade or buy any altcoin right now. In my case, right? Maybe by the end of the year, maybe next year, I will do that. After I see Bitcoin crashing around 70%, maybe potentially there is the moment I will start buying altcoins. Not now. But Bitcoin is doing well. Yeah, it's holding here this area between 75, as long as Bitcoin is about 75K. This in April, we could expect maybe a bounce here in weekly chart. Okay, so we need to respect the trend, and the trend is our friend. But this move, there is a very high probability to see this move like a failed rally. Okay, this bounce actually is gonna be the last opportunity to get out of the market in weekly chart, and also invalidations. Well, first of all, here, let me show you here. If we see a new all-time high here, for example, it's an example, right? If Bitcoin actually is printing a buy signal here, and we see a new all-time high, it's gonna be even better for us. Why? Because we will see a better divergence here, very strong better divergence in weekly chart, and I will be more than happy to open more shorts. Yeah, that is gonna be awesome actually for me, because I am looking for shorts right now in the long term for Bitcoin, because we have here this monthly buy sell signal here present, at least for all 2020. Let me fix the chart here, logarithmic here. All we have here the sell signal here present in monthly, with a better appearance as well, where we have this high from 2021 and the high of February 2025. As you can see here, these are beautiful better variance where the target should be in the long term, of course, around MA55, around 44K. Honestly, I'm expecting around 30K. And also we have bi-monthly here, we have the monthly close, I think actually today we have the monthly close, no, next month. So very obvious better variance, as you can see here, is wonderful better variance here in bi-monthly as well. So from this point and this point, so in my humble opinion, the top, there is a very high probability to see, like to say, like the bottom, the top, sorry, is already in. I think the last move we will see in higher time frames, like weekly chart, is gonna tell us actually. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter like if we see a very nice rally here, something like we saw in 2021. The only thing I know is gonna be a sell opportunity. Yeah, it's gonna be a sell opportunity. Even if Bitcoin actually is printing a new high here, it's gonna be even worse for Bitcoin. I don't want to see Bitcoin doing that, because the signals in higher time frames, monthly especially, is gonna be even stronger. And plus weekly chart, I mean, the crash is gonna be even worse. So that's why I want to see Bitcoin just dropping in a very healthy correction. I don't want to see something massive like we saw in 2021 and just Bitcoin crash from 10K to 4K just in 2 days. I don't want to see something like that, because it's not very healthy, and in the long term, it's gonna very hard to recover. So that's why I prefer to see a very healthy correction. For example, like this one. This one was a very healthy correction, as you can see here. We got the first crash, and after that a bounce, and after that finally the last crash. Right now here, if we compare this market in 2021 and 2025, looks like we are gonna see something like this, where this is the first crash here, and eventually the second bounce here, and after that finally at least 1 year, like Bitcoin will just keep crashing. So now let's continue. I'm gonna show you here the bi-weekly chart. Why I am not bullish anymore for Bitcoin is because, again, we have multiple better variance in multiple time frames, especially in higher time frames. We have the monthly, we have bi-weekly chart. And the reason why I said weekly chart could be a failed rally is because, well, bi-weekly chart is printing the same signal, right? We have our betas and regions as well, okay? What I'm trying to say is, it's very simple. If you see Bitcoin and your altcoins pumping this month or next month, is gonna be a sell opportunity, not something like, oh yeah, let's hold and to the moon forever. No, I don't think so. I think honestly, this year and next year is gonna be totally red, and all the markets, including the stock market, will keep crashing even worse. Of course, we will see some bounces in the process. One moment. Yeah, we will see some bounces in the process for the stock market and Bitcoin as well. But overall, in the long term, I am looking for actually major crash in the long term, right? In the long term, and that is something actually I'm expecting right now. Now let's continue with something else. I'm gonna show you the RSI here because I know the RSI is a tool I don't use, but I know many of you are still using the RSI. So someone asked me, hey, could you check RSI if you find something interesting? Yes, and one thing is, as you can see here, Bitcoin is below 50 level, technically speaking, and it got rejected. Actually, got rejected last with this close by this level. So, what I want to see is right now a Bitcoin potentially, right? Potentially, maybe the next month, if we see a new low around 44, 43 or something like that, officially Bitcoin is going to just break this area. Let me show you here, because this is the area of support, as you can see here. This is the area of support. Bitcoin has been holding since 2024 and also 2023. Every time when Bitcoin is just having a pullback, a decent pullback, this is the area to buy, right? Bitcoin here, and also this is the area to buy Bitcoin again, and this is the area to buy again, technically speaking, right? But when this area is broken, is when we have a major bear market. I mean, it's very bad. So right now, I think April is going to be very important. The next rally we will see for Bitcoin is extremely important. If we don't see Bitcoin not just only making new highs, actually, I want to see the reset of all the indicators. If we don't see that, actually the odds are very low. We will see. It's just about time. I honestly, in my humble opinion, I think we are just in the beginning of the bear market. In my humble opinion, right? I am looking for a bear market. But that doesn't mean like it's going to happen right now. That's the point. Okay. Now, I was watching the video of Alessio. He's the only trader I actually sometimes I watch, and he's using the stochastic. The stochastic RSI, or sometimes the MACD. And let me show you here. As you can see here, he was talking about this indicator. I cannot remember which one. I am not a big fan of this indicator because, as you can see, we have many bad signals, fake signals here, but there is something. We have a buy signal here. Historically speaking, every 6 months around there is when we have a buy signal around this area, and usually is when we see a bounce. Of course, we cannot expect like something huge, right? Because this is just weekly chart, as you can see here, and because the monthly is a clear sell signal, as you can see here, right? With better margins as well. This thing is actually breaking the 50 level as well. So this is telling me just, again, the signal, the bounce you see, we will see maybe this month or maybe next month. That is actually is gonna be a sell signal. It's gonna be a sell opportunity. Yeah, Alessio Rastani is the only trader I sometimes like to watch. He's actually quite good. Quite good. The only thing I don't like about his technical analysis is he's just using too much LWave theory. LWave theory, for me, that's just a theory, right? I respect that guy. I mean, he's the only guy I see like he's actually serious on what he's doing. Most of all, 90% all the YouTubers are just shit. Sorry, all right. I mean, I don't consider myself as a YouTuber, right? But the thing is, like, most of them, they want just to sell you something, or they want to just shield a coin, right? Or they are just saying stupid things, at least in my opinion, right? And this the only guy actually for me is quite good, actually. Yeah, it's quite good. Okay, now let me show you here now in 4-hour chart. Remember, in short term, I am looking for a bounce. Okay, I'm looking for a bounce as long as Bitcoin is holding this area. Okay, now let's continue with something else. Let's continue with USD dominance because we want to see if USD dominance is actually helping us to confirm, right, what I told you about Bitcoin. Right now in 4-hour chart, we have a sell signal here. In 1-day chart, we have actually the buy signal is present here, volatility is contracting here, and actually, yeah, looking for potentially maybe 5.70, maybe around there. But the question is if actually this rally is, I mean, if we can expect a new high. Let me see to the chart here, sell signal, to the sell signal as well. 5-day chart. You know what? This is in 5-day chart is looking like an accumulation here. It's looking like accumulation. So, okay. So let me just think. You know what? We will see a rally potentially very soon, at least this week for Bitcoin. But that rally, if I am right with this with UC dominance, it should fail, and you will see a new high here, something like this, something like this. If that happens, finally Bitcoin is actually, there is a very high probability Bitcoin to see Bitcoin below 80k this week. Actually, I will be careful with my long position because if I am right with this, I'm gonna get wrecked. Let me see weekly chart. Weekly chart, the momentum is still fine. Volume is very good. Oh my god, yeah. So, okay, so it's still bullish. I was hoping to see some weakness here, like some hints, like potentially UC dominance it was about to print last signal, but not really. I think it's still strong. The only thing I can do here, because I'm doing technical analysis, because also I am trading right now. I'm trading. That's the point. I am trading right now. I open a long position. My position is because here I opened a long position at 81,600. Here is my position. Let me be clear. Here is my position. Here, this is my position. Okay, so in the short term, I'm trading right now, so I'm looking for a bounce where in the short term, the MA55 is my target, right? Around 82,700. But actually, the real target I'm looking for is at least 4-hour chart where is the 84k. But I don't know, maybe what I saw right now in this dominance, I didn't like it. Looks like Bitcoin is, this dominance is getting ready for a breakout. Let me show you here. The 5-day chart. This one, this is accumulation. This actually is holding very well. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see another leg up to maybe 6%, maybe this week. So that's why if you are in long position for Bitcoin, just be careful, protect your entries. And also you are in short right now around 87, 80, yeah, around 88, right? You got lucky and you got Bitcoin around 88 in short. I think I am a financial advisor, but I will just just protect my entry and wait for a potential, maybe another low. It could be possible. Now let's continue with Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is bullish, still bullish, and I am bullish here, and I will not change my mind. No, not now. I think this thing, the real target. I said many times since 2 years ago, right? Because I said this 2 years ago, not 1 week ago. 2 years ago here in 2022. Oh, actually almost 3 years ago. I said this is like this, right? Because it will take years. I said to you, it's gonna take years, right? I'm very happy to see this. Like actually, my technical analysis is playing right now. It's playing very well. But I said to you, it's gonna take a long time. So after only I see Bitcoin dominance around this area is where I am expecting to potentially start thinking about to buy altcoins. Not now. You think Solana is cheap? It's not cheap. Solana is not cheap, right? It's not cheap at 125. Why? Because from the lows, right? From the lows of 2022, it's still up 1,300%. 1,300%. So it's not cheap, right? That's why be careful with social media, because I was reading on X like, oh yeah, Solana is a big discount, $100. Wow, buy all in. No. Please stop following social media. Stop following all this shit, especially on Next. They just want to make you I mean, your shilling coins and people don't actually. One of the members was right. He was right, and people don't want to listen. They want to read. They don't want to read negative news, right? Uh, because they are only using one side of the market, and it's fine. Remember, we need them because we need to sell to someone, right? So we need people like that, like they are just, sorry for saying this, but stupid, right? And they just are hoping. That is actually, we need them because if we don't have that kind of people in the market, we cannot make profits. Yeah, we cannot make profits. We need dumb people in the market. So we need them. So that's why just think of as a business. Instead of getting mad because they are saying stupid things, we must be happy. You know why? Because actually that means the market is very generous, right? We have too many stupid people out there and we can just sell it, right? That's the point. Of course, we need to follow technical analysis, right? We could be wrong, but based on probabilities, we can actually do something like that. I know. I know it sounds very bad, but this is a business, okay? This is not charity. Okay, now let's continue here. So for example, Solana. Right now, Solana, here we have a monthly sell signal. I'm gonna buy there. No, thank you. No. If I know in average all the altcoins in the bear market crash around 95%, so based on probabilities, right, from the top to the bottom, only if I see Solana around maybe $15, $20, maybe potentially there I will start buying again Solana. Not now, not 100. Yeah, people are thinking, oh, just because we got in Solana in this case 60% is a lot, maybe, yeah. But the thing here is like for Bitcoin from the highs, right? From the highs, right, is only down only 25%. Only 25%. It's nothing. If we want to start talking about the bottom of the market, historically speaking, right? After we see Bitcoin around 70%, 72, around there, yes, we can start talking about it and we can start talking about altcoins and we can start talking about buying, right? But not before. Okay, and right now it's too soon, right? Technically speaking, Bitcoin is still in uptrend, right? It's still in uptrend. Just I'm telling you based on probabilities, right? Because we have the monthly, we have bi-monthly, we have bi-weekly, we have multiple higher time frames, right? Telling us it's the time to sell, right? I give a shit about the news and oh my god, Bitcoin. No, I don't care. I just follow my system and that's all. It's the only thing I do and I've been doing for many years. Okay. Now let's talk about Ethereum. One of you, I cannot remember, you share a comment and also a technical analysis for Ethereum. And I have to tell you something. One of the very famous YouTubers said, this is Ethereum is in downtrend. In downtrend, what? What are you talking about? There is no downtrend. This is just a sideways market. Of course, very high time frame, right? Here, this is the top, and this is area is the bottom here. Yeah, here. So Ethereum is just in sideways in a big range since 2021, right? It's just in range. Now, potentially, we could see a break, yeah. But let me tell you something. If Ethereum breaks, and actually even better, close this month, and actually today, we could see actually this close. If we see this close up below the MA55 around $2,000, there is a very high chance, extremely high chance to see Ethereum at $1,000 here. Yeah, here. This is the area actually. The last hope for Ethereum, 1,000. But historically speaking, we don't have a lot of confluence here. So I don't want to be very negative with Ethereum, but I don't know what's going on with this asset. But looks like this is getting ready for for a trend, starting a new trend, but to the downside. So if we follow the theory right, usually altcoins in the bear market crash around 95% from the top, right? Around here, 4,000, 95% should be around very cheap, very cheap, right? So that's why we have to wait. We have to wait because I'm thinking, and I'm telling you right now, between this year and 2026, I am expecting all the markets, not just only Bitcoin, also the stock market, everything is gonna be it's gonna be just shit, everything for many people. But for me, I'm gonna be very happy because the time to buy. Black Friday, right, is coming. It's coming actually. Every 4 years, every 5 years, we have this opportunity. So that's why I am very happy. I am very happy. Now let's talk about Cardano. Cardano, as you can see here, massive rejection, massive rejection here. This candle actually is looking very nasty here, as you can see here. Eventually, I'm looking for well, actually 0.85 cents, 0.25 cents, and this is just the beginning of the sell signal in the monthly, as you can see here. Be careful if you are holding Cardano, because with this actually kind of price action here, usually when I see these kind of reactions, well, support sometimes is not very strong. Eventually, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Cardano in the end of the bear market around maybe 0.10. So let's see, because it's not. I really don't like it. Technically speaking, in weekly chart, as long as it's holding this area, well, we can expect maybe another bounce, but I don't know. Monthly is looking not good. Let's continue with more. Link, for example, link and weekly chart, sell signal below the MA55. Let me see the monthly here. Monthly holding the MA55 here, so potentially maybe a bounce, a small bounce here, but no more. Let's talk about XRP. XRP, as you can see here, this is not good, man. In the monthly, it's not very good. We will see a sell signal very soon. I don't see XRP about $3, about $3 in the long term. Actually, in the long term, I'm looking for XRP like this. Yeah, around maybe 0.75 cents in the long term. We will see a sell signal very soon, I think. Weekly chart is getting ready for a break and looking for 1.50. 1.50, but if we see 1.50, game over. Game over, and I am not expecting to see XRP, to the moon, right? To the moon. No, I don't think so. Okay, I think I finished my technicals for altcoins and Bitcoin. Remember, in short term, right, we can expect maybe in 1 hour chart and 4 hour chart, right? We can expect potentially a bounce here, a bounce. If we don't see this bounce, the next target should be around 78, 79. But if I see this level, I will just wait for 74, 72k around here. And here, of course, for me, it's a major buy opportunity because it's around the MA55 in weekly chart. Okay. Technically speaking, no shorts, right? This is not the area to short. Here was the area to short, not here. Okay. If you are going to do something, it's more about opening longs than shorts right now. Okay. Now let's continue with the stock market. The stock market, I'm gonna start with BABA first. Remember, I took 50% of my profits last week because I didn't like. Looks like this. Yeah, well, my target almost hit. Yeah, around here, around my target was around 170, 180, but I can see some weakness right now here. And historically speaking, as you can see here, the curve is about the most probable bands, so where we could have around 92% of probabilities to 96, sorry, to see a sell signal here. So that's why I decided to take 50% of my profits, and the rest around 112. If I see Baba around here, I'm gonna take the rest. Let me show you Nvidia. Nvidia is looking very interesting here. Wow, okay. This is not something I was expecting. Let me see monthly. Monthly is looking like it's gonna crash, eh? It's gonna yeah. It's looking not good actually. Let me see Meta. Oh my god, Meta is looking even worse. I think the market is gonna even drop more. 440 is the target I am looking for Meta. Let me see weekly chart. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we are gonna see first a bounce. I think 550, and from there a bounce, and after that maybe continuation. Let's continue with more. Well, let me check the comments. Let me see. Simon, hello, Simon. Thank you for joining, Bebo. Yeah, the Nasdaq. Okay, let's talk about the Nasdaq. Oh, let me see. Pepe, you want to check Pepe? Okay. Alessio, as I said before, Alessio is a YouTuber. He's a trader actually, but he's actually quite good. Actually, I really like his technical analysis. Yeah, it's actually good. As I said before, I respect, right? We have different ways of trading. In my case, I don't like using LOA theory too much, right? I don't like to do that because that's why it's a theory, right? Only I do that in the higher time frames, not in the short term. I think he's doing the same thing, weekly chart at least. So well, let me see. Can you go over your ideas on the stock market? I tried and tell a friend, but just made fun of me. Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, Simon. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna check the stock market. Well, in general, for example, we see the Nasdaq here. Nasdaq. Okay, this is interesting. I wasn't expecting something like this. I wasn't expecting something like this. This is looking a little bit different than before. Usually, when you see the MI55 tested after the next week, you can see this recovery, right? But this time we don't have that recovery. Actually, we got more like a reaction, not reaction, but another test. That's weird, actually. Let me check. Volatility is expanding. Okay, the game is very simple. If you see the Nasdaq making a new low around 465, you will see actually a crash, a crash, and where the target should be around 425. Let me see the monthly. Oh my God, the monthly is looking terrible. It's very bad. Long-term target 370. Yeah, sell signal better than variance. Looks like this better than variance wants to play out. Yeah, it looks like that. So looking for 380, 300, 370 around there. Let me see by monthly here. By monthly, better than variance in by monthly. Okay, interesting. So okay, we have a better than variance 1, 2, 3 better than variance in volume as well. Looks like, I said before, this year is going to be very bad or very interesting actually for investors, but very bad for many traders. If you want to just chase the market, right, in the short term. Let's see the SP500. The SP500 here, we have bi-monthly better than variance is not very good. Let me see here monthly sell signal, fresh sell signal here. Let me see the weekly chart because I want to be sure. Okay, interesting. It's the same thing. If you see a new low below 5,510, we can expect another a test to 5,100 around there. But with that, we can finally set the stock market is now in downtrending weekly chart. That is gonna be interesting. Yeah. So Nike, as you can see here, is testing this low around 73 here. It's still forming a bullish variance here, but I think the last hope for Nike is this area. I got to stop it. Remember, I got to stop it here in my entry. I was originally at 74. So this is the last area of confluence where maybe we can start looking for a potential buy. But in this case, because I saw the Nasdaq and SP500 not very good, I prefer to play. I would prefer to be more defensive. Yeah, in this case. Okay, now let's continue with Tesla. Tesla, what is doing Tesla? Well, as you can see here, yeah. You see the support and bounce here, and that's actually a very good reaction. That is actually, I really like it. As long as Tesla is above 225, I'm expecting accumulation here and potential maybe a bounce. Yeah, we need to wait for the buy signal. Let me see one day chart. Yeah, you see buy signal here, buy signal here, and a bounce to what? To keep falling. Yeah. So, but yeah, it's good actually. I was right with this. I was hoping for a bounce here. That's good. Let's see more. Google. Oh my God, Google is looking very interesting here, making a new low, looking for. Wow, 140. 140 is my target for the. Yeah, well, this is something. This is the move I want to see for the stock market. I mean SP500. You see, this is the move. You see, making a new low. I mean, holding the MI55, making a new low, and finally they crash. So looking for. Let me see. One moment. Looking for 138. 138 should be that area because we have confluence here, around here. 138. What is the monthly? What is the monthly? Yeah, exactly. The MA55 around here, 135 around there is the Google. Now, from here, historically speaking, since 2010 has been the area to buy. As you can see here, buy, 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 and potential another buy opportunity here. Okay. Okay, guys. I think Netflix. Let me see Netflix. Netflix not looking that bad in monthly. We have sideways here. Weekly chart. We have no. I mean, Netflix is looking much better. Okay, let's see PLTR. What is let's see what is this? Please specify 1 day, weekly, and monthly. 1 day. No, but first let's start with monthly. Monthly. Okay, Gravestone candle here is closing potentially sideways or the end of the rally is here potentially. Well, as you can see here, curve is above even the band here of probabilities. The most probable band. So here we have around 83% of probability to see a potential in the following months as a signal. So I will be careful here. There is no time to buy here, of course not. And also we have a better range forming in volume as well. So, well, it sounds like it's very expensive, right? And maybe in the following months we could see a pullback. Yeah, actually is doing very well. It's doing very well here in volume. I will, the next opportunity is around here. Should be around here, around maybe 60, 61, around there. And let me see. I'm curious about my monthly here. Okay, no. Okay, 1 day chart, sideways. There is no entry right now here. The only entry I see here is only if around 72 or 62, sorry, 62, or if you see another buy signal here, and it's holding the MA55. Is the only way. Okay, now let me see. I think that's all, guys. I think that's all. Let me check Bitcoin a little bit more. Recap for Bitcoin, remember. I want to just show you this chart one more time, because I wanted to show you where, at least in my opinion, where we are right now for Bitcoin, and that means all the altcoins, right? So we have here way number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see? You want to see more examples? Yes, I have more examples. Way number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see? And more examples. Perfect. Let's do that. ABC corrections. A, B, C. And more examples. Well, we have this one. And also now we are here. A, potentially this one, potentially right. B and C. You see? And now, if we follow LOA theory, right? C should be around the top of way number 1. Okay, so that means around 30K, 35K, around there. Okay, so Bitcoin looks like is repeating the same pattern or similar pattern as 2022, 2021. Of course, we cannot say, I cannot guarantee, right, that this is going to happen based on probabilities. We have a monthly sell signal, bi-monthly better variance. Also, eventually we will see a sell signal as well. Bi-weekly sell signal with better variance as well. So the probabilities to see Bitcoin 200K, 500K, they are extremely low right now. Very low, okay? So that's why I wanted to show you this chart again, because I wanted to show you, like, based on the probabilities, where we are right now. We are actually right now in the way number A, right? Where this one could be area around 74, 75K, or another, maybe the last leg down. I would like to see that leg down. As long as it's about here, 72K, 74K, where is the MA55? The next leg is gonna be to the upside, right? Following the wave number B, you see, to the upside. And of course, this wave is matching very well with potential buy signal we could see maybe next month. But that doesn't mean from here we will just go to the moon. If we do that, because it's possible, right? It's possible, we are gonna have another set up like weekly chart. Anyway, in both the scenarios, it's gonna be a sell opportunity. That's the point. Okay, that's the point, because monthly and bi-monthly are very clear. The direction is to the downside. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, I think that's all. One more thing. I got the winner. I just am waiting for the verification of the bluffing stuff. But I got the winner. Congratulations. Yeah. I'm gonna just make it official. I think in a few days, I'm gonna publish I make the announcement. I will make the announcement about the winner of the first trading competition. Thank you for all the guys who actually wanted to participate in this competition. And maybe in a couple months we are gonna have the second one. So I will let you know. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next live stream. So now I'm okay. I recovered, right? So if everything is okay, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Bye.